Hello, everyone. This is Jacob Popio, the producer of The Apex. In this episode, Jan, RJ, and I sit down for 6 little stories with lots of meanings. This is story 2.
Welcome, Apex Chasers, to another episode of the Apex Podcast. As always, I am your host, Jan Almasty, and in the studio with me today are my two
partners in crime.
Why did I just derp right there?
Hey everybody, hi, I'm RJ Holiday. Nice to see you. I'm just going to take over from here. Seated to the right of me is Jacob Popio.
Hello!
And fired.
Yeah, and your job here is done.
Oh, sweet lord. Okay, I'm going to take another sip of coffee, guys. Oh my god. Okay.
So we're back for part 2.
Part dos.
Ooh,
Yeah, the va in Slovak, if we're going to stay true to my heritage here. What's 2 in Italian? Due? Is that what it is? Una? Due?
I think so.
Okay, so our second short story. If you didn't listen to the first one, go back and do that first.
These
just
all
because
play into
they'll
one
all
another.
kind of play into each other. So make sure that you listen to the previous episode. It's only 10 minutes long. It won't take that much of your time, but I promise it'll bring you some value. But this second one is actually extremely interesting to me because I think we're going to dive into a little bit of a psychology type discussion here as well, which is going to be interesting. So here's story number 2, guys. When you throw babies in the air, they laugh because they know that you'll catch them. That's trust. All right. Thoughts?
Just letting it sink in about throwing babies.
Percolate.
Hopefully not under.
We read over these before.
What was your point that you made about babies and why they actually laugh or something?
Oh, yeah, well,
Babies enjoy the line between life and
yeah,
death.
it's like
They're little thrill seekers.
I've been on a huge Jordan Peterson kick recently, and
Yeah,
his one thing about toddlers is like 2-year-olds are the most like hateful type of humans. Like they're horrible little devils, and they
there's a comedian. I think it's Donald Glover.
Childish Gambino?
Yeah, Childish Gambino. He says they're like tiny, tiny little Hitlers. He's like, because they haven't learned empathy yet.
Yeah,
they just say everything. They're just like, no.
well, and they have like no boundary of what they can do and can't do. So they'll just come up to you and smack you right in the face until you actually like grab them by the hand and say, no, you don't do that.
Yeah,
And you like kind of squeeze their hand just to show that you're bigger than them, and that's bad. But babies love to, or the 2-year-old toddlers love that threshold of like pushing it just to like pain or like feeling on the verge of death. So like you throwing them up is just so exhilarating to
But
them.
see, that I feel like that contradicts the point of the little short story because it's like, is it really trust or they little shits just not know better?
Well, no, I think that what it boils down to is that like when you throw that baby up or that toddler up in the air, they're going to continue laughing as long as they know that you're going to catch them.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that's the thing. So they're enjoying it because they're trying to figure out what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. So if you were to throw them up and then drop them,
they no longer like it.
They no longer are going to enjoy that because that trust has now been broken.
Got to keep them on their toes.
But as long as that trust, we are not advocating to drop children.
Babies.
Do not drop your baby.
Teach them a very important lesson.
My inner RN is coming
Can't
out.
trust anybody.
But as long as that trust stays intact, it continues to be like
Enjoyable,
right? And I know that on the last one we talked about that whole childlike wonder thing, and I'm going to keep bringing that up because it was kind of a theme in these last couple of episodes. But I really like it because I think there's too many people that try to get that to go away too soon, and so those kids, they believe that they're going to be caught regardless of when they jump. And if you have, whether it's a family. And if you have a crappy family, but you have friends that are willing to support you or a mentor or something that you know is going to love you and is going to catch you no matter what type of risk you decide to take, in a positive way, right? They're also going to support you in the negative ones, but that's not what I'm advocating for here. I'm saying that confidence is built and that trust is there to where you can go out on a limb and try something new. And you're not afraid to fall because you trust that your support network is going to keep you afloat.
Well, it's very interesting, just like a little throwing of a child can subconsciously embed in them that they trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
More so than anyone, especially if you're their parent.
Yeah.
So I think that is very, very cool.
Yeah. I mean, just that whole thought process as far as walking that line and being like, okay, now I'm over the line, but now I'm back to safety. Now I'm over the line, now I'm back to safety. As they start to get older, what does that look like? Is it like, okay, I'm going to allow you to join a sport, or I'm advocating for like wrestling, other stuff that's really actually kind of putting you in a little bit of danger, but I'm going to support you regardless of wins or losses. And, I don't think that you should be like, yay, you lost every single match. Good job.
Yeah.
You got to be like, you suck. You need to practice more.
Yeah.
But in a supportive, critiquing kind of way. Because if you give them all the credit and they didn't actually do anything, then that builds this whole millennial entitlement BS that we talk about all the time.
Yep.
But if you consistently degrade and never offer positive feedback, the trust is broken completely.
Yeah.
I think that that's what it all boils down to. It's just forming that trust, whether it's between child and parent, friend to friend, peer within a group.
Well, if you can establish that as a child and you never let go of that wonderment, then inertly you're going to trust others.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people live life kind of jaded, and they don't fully trust others or give themselves over to other people because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to be dropped. But if you can actually have full faith in people that, okay, sure, sometimes they might drop you, but for the most part, people will be there to catch you.
My point to that is if you're a reliable friend, you find reliable friends.
And if you believe in your friends, if you believe in them, just like as you believe in your parent that's throwing you up and catching you, that belief is given in two ways.
Trickles. Trickles down.
I mean, what is it? You're an accumulation of the three people you spend the most time with, or something like that. That's like
I've heard that before.
Your personalities, kind of, or like if you want to be a lion, you have to walk with lions, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that, like, to your point right there, if you are and you exude that respect and that responsibility and that trustworthiness, you're naturally going to be in circles of more trustworthy people.
There's so many. I've talked to a ton of people. I have no friends. Everybody always bails on me. This and that. But then all it takes is about 2 seconds of a month worth of their backlog time to realize, well, you did bail on this. You never texted this person back. This person asked you for help. You couldn't help them. You didn't take time to talk to this person when they obviously wanted to talk to you. So how can you
expect other people to be there for you and you're not there for them?
If you can't be there for them, yeah.
So it's a trade-off.
Being a good friend negates good friends.
Okay. Well, I think that pretty much, I don't have anything else really to say about that concept, but...
Yeah. Well, you said it could be a lion amongst lions.
Yeah.
Reminded me of another lyric.
Oh, let it fly.
Well, it's like that Mr. Jones lyric, I want to be a lion. Then he kind of says, yeah. Everybody wants to pass as cats. So are you going to be the lion, or are you going to pass as a cat?
Like, just accept the fact that it's like alley cat, or try to push yourself to be an actual lion. And that's interesting because they're both technically the same species. It's just one is like exponentially more powerful and in a completely different league.
I want to be a liger.
Those things are massive.
Huge. I just saw a video on Facebook. That's why I thought of it.
Oh my lord!
But if anybody can write in and tell me what movie that's from, I'll give you a special shout out.
But what's interesting too is like the house cat has like some of like the strongest body to like strength ratio than any other mammal.
Wow,
they're like super strong. Like if you think about it, they can like jump like 6 to 8 feet.
I've watched why barn cats try to take down raccoons.
Yeah.
They don't mess around.
They're crazy.
But, all right, do you want to finish up your pre-reel?
You're up, my man.
Oh, yeah. I have to finish the pre-reel. If you want to support us, there are 3 ways to do so. One is to donate to our cause at www.patreon.com/theapexpodcast. Second, visit our merch line at envisionclothingcompany.com. Thirdly,
if you know somebody that needs to hear our message,
Here's my chance, boys. I'm stealing both of your jobs.
All you have to do, all we ask is that you share our message with somebody if you believe that they could benefit from our message.
so please subscribe. Hope this pushes you toward your apex.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to hang out with you wherever you are, whether you're in the grocery store, or at the gym, or in the car. Have a great rest of your day and keep chasing that apex.
And be a lion. Don't pass as a cat.
Or a like.
Yeah, what he said. Smell you later.